doing amazing. This is Love Marlene 411, and welcome to this podcast and conversation. Um, I want to talk to you guys about inner healing. And on this channel, we really get into talking about healing our inner child and being our best, which means giving ourselves the permission to be happy. And that inner child healing means more than just in that moment, forgiving and doing all the things necessary for that healing. But inner healing, it involves so much more than just forgiveness. It's the peace that you are trying to seek to experience and doing all of the things necessary to have that peace and to keep it. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that inner child, the inside of you. Every single one of us has things that we have had to literally endure. Hey, real odds and evens, how are you doing? I hope you're doing okay. Each and every one of us has had things that we have had to bear, to carry, heavy things, dark things, traumatic things, just things that we've never should have to endure: abandonment, disrespect, abuse, feeling like you were nothing and not being supported, loved, affection being showed to you. It does take a heavy toll on us. It carries a heavy weight, and not just for girls, not just for women, but for men as well, because it's a lot of things that is done to our young man that brings a lot of damage to men, as they get older, and it shapes the way they cope or haven't been coping and haven't been dealing with things, because society has taught us to treat boys differently from girls, and boys have to be strong and tough, and they shouldn't cry and they shouldn't do this and that. And that is setting up for failure, because boys and girls have feelings and go through things and deal with different challenges, and we all handle things differently. I'm glad you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'm really at the point where I'm so tired of seeing the double standards when it comes to girls and boys. Girls can have meltdowns, they can cry and have temper tantrums, have attitudes, and it's okay because they're a girl. They're emotional beings, right? As we're called, right? But if a boy does the same thing, no, he can't do that. He has a different standard. Why? These are some of the things that I wanted to talk about in the trauma healing, because there's not two standards, there's one standard. And many of us have been raised in an environment of toxicity and double standards, hypocrisy, negatives, and outright disrespect, no love being shown, no having our feelings validated and supported, no spaces for us to feel encouraged that we can talk about some of those very heavy, harsh, toxic things that happened. And I know for myself in my upbringing, um, they always used to think that because you were young, oh, she's a child or he's a child, they don't know what's going on. Trust and believe. I can vividly remember my trauma that happened to me when I was 4 years old. Maybe some of you even earlier, but I don't have memories of before 4 years old, but some people do. So don't discount if you have children, or you have siblings or cousins or other people around you. Don't discount children and their feelings and things that they have to see and feel. There should be conversations and communication. Um, we can't just think because, oh, when I grew up, I didn't communicate and I had to be tough and nobody talked to me. Well, that was toxic. And today is a new day. Today is a new day, and we need to be shifting our attitudes, our behavior, and the way that we treat the next generation, because that is the future. And if we're not having conversations, communicating with them, showing them love and affection, and if something really is happening that's traumatic, you really need to be, seeing how they're doing. Not just like, oh, they're a kid, they're okay. They don't know what's going on. Yes, they do. They do know what's going on. Don't discount children and their feelings. So I wanted to say that to say this. In my upbringing, my childhood, I believe that my childhood was very traumatic, and not because people around me were trying to be. Is just that that was just how things were. My parents were in the baby boomer age. I had parents that probably were the age of grandparents, and they didn't communicate about things. You were seen and not heard. You didn't get told what was happening. You just did what you were told to do. And there are certain things that there did need to be conversations had with children, traumatic things, seeing people pass away in front of you, seeing people in your life being getting arrested, and it's so much things that children see, and there's no conversation, there's no support, there's no anything. So that's why I wanted to have this conversation today, for us to have those conversations with our inner self and to not ignore those things. We should not ignore the things that we have been through. And yes, of course, right now we're adults, but if something really messed you up, traumatized you, hurt you, caused you to be dysfunctional, or you grew up around dysfunction, ABUSC, you saw a lot of things that you shouldn't see, a substance ABUSC, people who have problems with alcohol or substances, or you saw DV, you saw SEXUAL, ABUSC, right? You saw that, or maybe that's something that happened to you. So there's a lot of heavy things that happen in childhood that as adults we just push that to the back of the closet. You ignore it, you don't talk about it. Oh no, I'm good, I'm good. You can keep lying to yourself. At least I know I did. I lied to myself a lot about many things that happened to me, things that I see that was not right. Growing up and seeing homelessness, seeing um, people getting older and not being able to take care of themselves. And none of those conversations are communicated. And that does affect you as you get older. So I just wanted to come live and to talk to you guys just for a few minutes about maybe some things that happened to you in your childhood, things that really affected you on your inside. Maybe that gave you a complex of, maybe there was a time where you needed hugs and you didn't get hugs. Hugs and kisses are very important on both genders. Yes, girls need hugs and kisses, and so do boys need hugs and kisses. Girls and boys need validation, to be validated and to know that they are intelligent and loved and capable and more than enough. And a lot of times when parents, grandparents, whoever raised you don't possess those things, it's very difficult for you to unpack those things and to really like question like what really happened, why did that happen, and understanding that things that happened in our childhood or teen years, early adulthood, it's not okay. So let's stop putting a bandage on things. Real odds and even says right, correct. There has to be a fixing. And that's one of the reasons why I love this channel that I have, Love Marlene 411, because it's all about the 411 on all things that have to do with love. Um, Platonic love, maybe some things that scarred you in your childhood, maybe seeing a friend that you love got sick, maybe they passed, or um, people you knew being incarcerated. They were around you, and the next thing you know that they're in jail. That's that does things to you. It's a loss. It's a void in your life, and many other things. I can't speak on every single situation and problem. I don't know each of you personally, but one thing I know for sure is that we all need some inner child healing. We all need some to do that inner work. So I just want you all to think about some things that happened to you when you were younger, or something that happened to you that was very traumatic, dysfunctional, scarring to you. It brought you a lot of sadness and pain. Now, I want you to unpack those things. Maybe write a letter and write some of those things down. This, and this happened, and that really affected me. Wish that I had had lots of hugs and kisses. I wish that I had been told that I was smart and loved and intelligent and capable and important and I could do great things. So, anything that you did not receive when you were younger, it's never too late as an adult. It's never too late to work on healing your inner child. It's never too late to do some of that inner work and say, this happened and that wasn't right. This happened and maybe they didn't know how to love me, but today I love myself and I'm my own friend. Why is that important? Because if we're not healed, if we don't unpack that, if you push that to the background, never talk about it, because we want to keep those things secret. And, most of us don't like talking about things that were painful. Who wants to talk about that? The natural inclination is to hide it. Let's not talk about it. It's just shh, one of those family secrets, or those things that may be something that happened to you that maybe only you and your higher power know about that. So it's time for us to stop hiding, running from the past, running from what happened, hiding those family secrets, because it does affect us. It does bother you. And it's okay that things bother you. You're a human being. You have feelings. So if you want to shed some tears, cry about it, scream about it, journal about it, get some therapy. Talk to people that you can trust. I don't mean just anybody you know. I mean people that has a track record of listening to you without interrupting, or maybe some accountability partners. Maybe where you go to some counseling sessions, and if you've never thought about it, maybe it's time to think about that. Joining a support group. I know it's one of the reasons why I maintain my sanity is I tap into my support groups every single week. I don't miss, because maybe this week I'm feeling good, but sometimes I'm not. Sometimes you could be in that dark hole that I call the rabbit hole, feeling really down and discouraged, and maybe you're replaying like a scratch record events that happened years ago, just like it just happened. Maybe you're waking up with nightmares, night just sweating, reliving that pain, reliving that trauma. It's time for us to stop letting the past have that power over us and unpacking it. Giving ourselves the permission to say, this happened and it was so messed up and that hurt me. That was sad. That was terrible. Why did they treat me like that? It's time for us to unpack those things. Why? Because we deserve to heal. We deserve peace. You deserve peace. I deserve peace. And that's one of the reasons why I love this channel, for trauma healing. So, any of you that have been through some heavy things, some dark things, which I think that's everybody, just most don't talk about it. I want you to give yourself the permission to write a letter to yourself. Write a letter to the person who ABUSEDU didn't support you, didn't love you, abandoned you, physically, emotionally, mentally, sexually, financially, ABUSEDU. Okay? We're not going to hide it, because it's time for us to have our power back, our joy, our peace. It's time for us to replaying that as a scratch record. And you could be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Maybe I have somebody listening that's someone that's a centurion, right? You're never too old to heal, but the healing can only happen when you give yourself the permission. And I want you to say that to yourself. I give myself the permission to heal from whatever hurt me, whatever somebody did, even if it's something that we personally did. It's time for us to stop beating up ourselves, harboring resentment, being angry. And yes, it's wrong when people do things to us and didn't love us and didn't do right by us. It's wrong. But we can't keep carrying that. It's too heavy. It's time to relieve ourselves of that heavy weight and burden. It's time to leave that pain on the pages of that notebook paper. It's time to leave that healing and unpack it with a therapist and a counselor, a support group, a friend, or have that conversation finally and give it to your faith. But whatever it is that you are going to do, I want you to have peace in your life. Yeah, it's that inner work time, loved ones. And why do we want to do that inner work? Because we want to be better. We want to be better women. We want to be better men. We want to be improved, healthy. Because when we don't unpack those things, when we push those things, those skeletons to the back of our closet, it holds power over us and it makes us angry individuals. It makes us choose relationships as toxic, like the people who were toxic to us. And we have the same behaviors as the ones that hurt us. So we don't want to be hurt. We want to pick up peace and joy and healing, and we want to be able to continue in positivity, but we can't do that until we forgive. And I know that forgive, that's such a big word, a heavy word, a hard word to forgive. Not only the ones that hurt us, the ones that disappointed us, the ones that backstabbed us, the ones that used us, but it's necessary. Why is it necessary? Because you deserve to live your life. Why is it necessary? Because you deserve to live your life. You deserve to stop being angry. You deserve that. And if nobody else, even if the person who ABUSEDU, even if the person that backstabbed you, cheated on you, whoever brought pain into your life, it's time for us to take all of that, lift it up from where you've buried it, where you've hidden it. Stop hiding it. Stop ignoring it. Stop keeping that secret and let it go. Shed those tears, brothers and sisters. Be happy. Experience peace. And whatever you need to do to get that peace, do it. Who cares what other people have to say? Oh, you're messed up if you go to therapy. You know what? Going to therapy gave me peace. You're the one that has to deal with those thoughts. You're the one that has to deal with those memories. You're the one that has to deal with that pain and that sadness and that anger. Don't let it consume you. I know that me getting help, going to therapy, going to my support groups, talking like I'm talking with you loved ones right here. Every time I talk about healing and how I forgave, I become more free. I become more free. And I want you all to become free. So, whatever it is, something could have happened to you when you were 2, 4, 6, 10, 17, 24, 37, whatever age you were when someone took advantage of you, disrespected you, or when you saw something that you should never have to see. Whatever that was, we're going to put all of those things on paper and leave it on paper. We're not going to carry that. We're going to drop off those heavy weights, those entanglements, that disrespect, that ABUSC, that disrespect, that abandonment, that sadness, that pain, that hurt, that everything that you didn't deserve. We're going to leave that on that notebook paper. We're going to leave that and give it away today. So I hope you all experience some peace just like I have. And I can tell you guys it's nothing like that when I finally said, I forgive you. I forgive all of the people that didn't love me. I forgive all of the people that hated me, was jealous of me, abandoned me, backstabbed me, used me. ABUSED, me, didn't see my value, didn't see my worth. Because guess what? They didn't see it. But sometimes you go through the fire so that you get strong. See, if you didn't go through those situations, you wouldn't have a testimony. See, and my testimony is my superpower, and your testimony is your superpower. It's what makes you strong, and nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can take away what happened to you. See, we're going to turn our pain into our power. See, that can become your superpower. See, nobody can take away and say, this, and this happened to me, because this happened to me so that I could become more courageous, so that I can be somebody's, the voice of the voiceless. Come on, somebody. See, sometimes a person has to become silenced to be able to rip that tape off your mouth and to shout from the rooftops, this isn't right, and I'm not going to take it. Yeah. So, whatever it is that you can do to heal, to get peace, to give back to others, to advocate, to heal so that you can be a better woman, so that you can be a better man, brother, sister, cousin, husband, wife, partner, friend, so you could be a better human being, do it. Telling you it's nothing worth like that. Nothing is better than saying, I'm free now. Oh, I can't tell you guys how good that feels to take that heavy weight off my back. To say they don't have my power anymore. I'm not giving you my power anymore. I have taken my power back. I am healed. I am free. I am safe. I know how to speak up for myself, and I also know how to speak up for somebody else. Now, while some things that happened to me from my childhood onward into my adulthood was all the way messed up, jacked up, disrespectful, manipulative, all of those things, all of the above. But if that didn't happen to me, would I be able to talk to you guys, to help somebody? See, when I look at things that way, it's not about you're sad what happened to you, because that's when you become a victim. See, I have switched from victim to victory because the victory is mine every time I open up my mouth and say, I will not be afraid. I will not be ashamed. I will not. Don't let whoever hurt you, harmed you, disrespected you, trampled over your head or your heart. Keep your power. See, every time you zip your mouth, every time you choose to don't say anything, hush and keep those secrets, lie to yourself, lie for other people, you let them keep your power. See, and we're not letting other people keep our power. See, it's time for us to rise up. Spread your wings. See, it's time for us to stop being a caged bird. It's time for you to sing out loud. See, I will not be muted. No, no, no. We will not be muted. We will free ourselves. We will heal ourselves. We will advocate for ourselves. We will stand up not only for ourselves, but for our children. Stand up for your children. Stand up for your brothers and sisters. Stand up for people that don't know how to speak up for themselves, the homeless, the elderly, those who have special needs. See, every time I open my mouth, I speak up for those that don't know how to speak up for themselves, and I claim their victory and their freedom as well. hmm Yeah, it's a deep thing. See, when you become healed, a lot of people don't understand that part. When you don't heal yourself, you are stopping other people from their healing because more people who empower themselves, love themselves, become strong and say, I will not be ashamed. I'm not going to put those blinders on and ignore things and look at life through rose colored glasses. No, the truth sometimes is blinding. The truth is painful. It hurts. It does. But it's my personal truth. This is my story. This is my testimony. I will not be afraid. I will not be ashamed. I will use my pain as my power. Okay? Yes. I hope somebody got something from this conversation. I'm talking to you guys, and the tears are coming down my face because don't feel bad for me. Don't feel sad or anything like that. I'm free. It's releasing the wounds, those deep wounds from my heart, from those backstabbings, from the disrespect, from the abandonment. I'm free, y'all. I'm free. And I hope that you all are free. And if you're not free, you're working on your freedom. Get your freedom papers, everybody. I put that as a post on my community tab that I wrote a letter to my ABUSER, right? And in the beginning, I was going to mail that letter to them, right? And all the things, and you did this, you did this. And I wrote it all down and I got it all out. It was a very long letter, about 11 pages long. Everything that happened to me. And I was going to mail that letter. See, but I got some really good support from Sirius as a Virgo from Georgia and Realist One and many people who support me that talked me out of that talked me off that ledge. I thought that was the best thing to do. But when people get in your head, and that's the reason why it's so important to have people that support you, because sometimes in your healing you'll do things that will cause you more pain. So I'm grateful that I listened to the advice of the ones that support me and rock with me. See, we can all heal together, everybody. And what I chose to do, instead of mailing that letter, I burned that letter. And before I burned that letter, I spoke over my life and say, I am no longer a victim. I speak victory. I am courageous. I will advocate and help other people because of my story and the things that happened to me. I'm stronger. Yeah, I'm powerful. And there is no power like knowing your strength and not using it, not hiding it, not running from it, you know, not holding back, not being ashamed, Don't cower. Don't hold back. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about your story and your testimony. No, because what you went through caused you to be who you are today. Be proud of the woman or the man that you are. Say loud and strong, I am powerful. I'm a powerful woman. I'm a powerful man. I'm empowered and strong. And I love myself. And I love myself today because of my testimony. Yeah. Love yourself because of your testimony. Thank you all so much for supporting this live stream. Shout out to all of you. I hope that there will be some that will have enough courage to go and write that letter. Write that letter to whatever is painful, whatever you've been holding back, wrestling with, carrying around as a heavy weight, causing you to feel down and discouraged, affecting your mental health. No, it's nothing wrong with you. You just need to free yourself and draw up like deep waters all of that that murky water. Let's purify, cleanse, heal, and you'll become as pure as snow, pure as fresh dropped snow. Are you fresh and clean, pure, healed, happy, at peace? I wish you all of it. I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. This is Love Marlene 411, your channel for trauma healing and motivation. Because when we heal and talk about these heavy conversations, deep things, trauma, abandonment, disrespect, ABUSC, all of it, when we talk about those things, we become empowered and we become stronger as men and women. And there needs to be more stronger, courageous men and women that love themselves. I wish you all healing and peace. All the best on your journey. And I'm going to tap back in on Thursday for the Sip and Chat with my co host, Miss Nexie. I'll see you guys on the next one. Oh, and shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. Make sure you check out the community tab and for the previous live that we had yesterday. If you missed it, shout out to my channel members and shout out to all of my mods and those who support me and rock with me, all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the content, because I would love to have you guys here. Turn on your notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one.